Thanks, David. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Lopez in at the 5 down low. And looking at the Nets, we've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. And it's Brown in at the 2. Now here's Brown. Irving passes to Jordan. Back to Irving. The Nets working the ball around now. And it goes down 2 points. Greg, we've got two terrific highlight-making teams, both athletic in so many ways.
You know, it makes me harken all the way back to college, and one of my teammates, Stacey Ogden, one of the greatest athletes I ever played alongside. But we're going to see a lot of his impact in tonight's game.
He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
That's a battle down there. It's one of the reasons Lopez has been in this league for over a decade. Solid effort.
Outside Jordan. On the wing, Harris. Defended by Middleton. Drains it from beyond the arc.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now here is Holiday. And it's sent back by Irving. And they get it back. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo. And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Nets. Outside Jordan. Back to Irving. Pass to Durant. Dishes to Irving. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. The Bucks have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today.
And last season, Giannis Antetokounmpo welcoming his first child into the world.
And maybe now an MVP at home as a most valuable papa. The mother of his son was a volleyball player in her day. So you got to think, as this kid grows up, maybe the recruits are sending letters already.
Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Shoots from the line. They grab their own miss.
I mean, he might as well pour a foundation and put some framework around that, because that's where DeAndre Jordan lives on the offensive glass.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. Pulls up on the wing. Rebound, Brooklyn.
And D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
And good that time.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Here's Middleton following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Lopez kicks to Middleton. Back to Lopez. Doesn't go that time. Jordan with some nice D. To the middle. Back to Durant. Inside. And the call, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Now here's Middleton. To the paint. Portis finds Middleton. Just 3 to shoot. And again, the Bucks miss.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
Count the basket.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
That one goes in.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
Pass to Griffin. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Griffin showing the total package now. Lightning quick on his way to the hole.
Bucks trail by 6. Here is Forbes. Pass to Connaughton. How's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Dinwiddie outside. Here's Harden. Shoots the 3. Rebound, Milwaukee. And up the court come the Bucks on the break. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hits it from 3-point range.
Well, he's accurate from behind the arc, and there's a reason why Chris Middleton takes a good amount of three-pointers.
Harden outside. And the jam by Harden.
And once Harden has momentum behind him, watch out. They love seeing the beard flush it down there with some power.
And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. Nets lead by 3. We recently caught up with Drew Holiday, who talked about some trauma.
Being able to go through adversity and come out strong.
And Greg, you feel like that pressure never really got to Holiday.
One of the toughest guards in the league, mentally and physically. He's a machine that just keeps on coming, no matter the circumstances.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what stands out to you from the Nets in this one?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. They've got P.J. Tucker. He's out there with Bobby Portis. And it's Nora in at the small forward. Connaughton passes to Nora. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line, and I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage. And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
All the way to the bucket, no resistance, just swipe the candy from him.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. Connaughton kicks to T. Outside Portis. From deep. The rebound by Jeff Green. The Nets with the lead. No doubt, Greg, you were known being a gritty, in-your-face defender. And when you think of the most hard-nosed point guards in the NBA today, who comes to mind?
For me, I think Chris Paul I go first because this guy, one, he's a phenomenal two-way player. He'll do whatever it takes to win, even if that means pushing the envelope a little bit. Pat Beverly is another guy, just a flat-out bulldog. Marcus Smart, I think, falls into that category. Again, it's not always about being the most talented, but if you bring an edge about you, that really permeates throughout your team. So those are some guys. Drew Holiday is another guy I'd throw into that mix as well.
Yeah, they all lock in. You're right. It's his first trip to the line.
Had a success rate from the line last year of about 78%.
A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for Green. Bruce Brown, he's checked in for James Harden. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Lopez is checked in. Brown the pass to Jordan. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That's on Brook Lopez.
Not easy to cover DeAndre Jordan when he's that deep inside, nearly impossible to stop.
Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for the Bucks. And so it's Teague with it. He'll bring it up for Milwaukee. They trail by 1. Lopez passes to Teague. Lopez outside from the top of the key. Kevin Durant with the rebound.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
For 3, Harris. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
The pass to DiVincenzo. There's a minute 34 left to play here in the half.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
And it's Irving missing. Bucks trail by 4. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Harris, no good. The Bucks have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. Here's Giannis. Sinks that one from the post. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
It's going to take a little more to get Antetokounmpo off of his mark there. Adept at finishing those difficult shots.
Irving surveying the floor from 12 feet out. The rebound by the Bucks.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only way to keep him from taking advantage of you down low. You got to play tough, physical defense.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Harris outside. The 3. The offensive rebound.
Well, rebounding is about positioning, but for KD, a lot of times it's his timing and his length. So he goes in there and uses those to great effect.
The shot and game clock separated by 4. Teague against Irving. Here's Giannis. And good. He got the English that time as it falls. Antetokounmpo's got it all tied up now for the Bucks. Irving for 3. He can't get that one to fall. Tie game in Brooklyn. Got a chance. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back. Brooklyn found themselves in a close game in the first. The largest lead they had was 6. And that'll...
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Really impressed with the shot selection through the first half. Just taking what he can get from the defense.
Yeah, I'm thinking back to the first half and wondering, did he take a low percentage shot? Everything efficient.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, Irving is out there with Brown. And it's Durant. Then there's Harris. And it's Griffin in at the 5 spot.
And you go back Giannis Antetokounmpo, the 15th pick in that 2013 draft. Hindsight, obviously 2020, but I think it's safe to say he should have been drafted a little bit higher.
Yeah, you have so many of those blogs out there that go back and want to redraft classes. Giannis Antetokounmpo back in 2013, I'm pretty sure at this point would be taken #1.
Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Holiday attacking, and it's good. 2 points. Holiday's got the lead up to 2 now for the Bucks.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Irving passes to Durant. And the shot goes in.
It's just lethal. Once Kevin Durant gets into that spot, he can rise up, and it's pretty much going to go in.
KD against Antetokounmpo. Middleton outside. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Middleton's got 6.
One of the more skilled offensive players that is on the floor here tonight. Not an easy fella to hold in check.
Durant kicks to Harris. 3-pointer. Let's keep it alive. The shot comes out. Milwaukee leading by 3. Loads it up for Giannis. And taken away by Brown. From deep. Joe Harris, and that's good. 9 points in the game so far.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Holiday looking over the floor. The Bucks working the ball around. Middleton the pass to DiVincenzo. He lobs it up.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now Irving. Passes it to Durant. Feeds it to Griffin. Outside for KD. On its way from Irving for 2. That shot missing. Good D by Holiday. Milwaukee's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. And it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
And whatever intensity was lacking there in the first half, you're seeing it on display here now.
You asked for those hustle plays earlier in the game. We're seeing them now.
Griffin passes to Harris. Out to KD. A 3-pointer off the mark. And so Giannis will bring it up for Milwaukee. 4-point game. Antetokounmpo. Giannis on the follow. Antetokounmpo's got 12 points in the game.
That reach is just ridiculous. Giannis easily beating everybody to the ball and then sends it back.
The feed to Griffin. Lopez with the steal. And the foul called on Blake Griffin. That's his first foul. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And some changes here for the Bucks. Teague feeling it out a bit. There's 49 seconds left in the third. Nets trail by 6. The drive by Green, and it's Green with the jam.
And you really can't forget about Green's speed. So effective on the drive.
Outside Teague. Outside Portis. Pass to Nora. Poked away. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. Great D that time from Teague.
That's the only kind of defense that's going to cut the mustard here tonight. You got to stay on top of a guy like that.
And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and Involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. The third quarter comes to a close. The Bucks on top, up 4. We're going to step aside for just a... And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. Nets trail by 4. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. P.J. Tucker is out there with Portis. Then it's Holiday. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Forbes in at the 2 guard. Green uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
Pass to Portis. Now here's Tucker. He kicks to Holiday. It's blocked, and they'll keep possession. 2 on the clock. Middleton inside the three-point line. Misses the jumper.
Not great numbers, but great effort in this one. Sounds funny, but I think he's been a positive for them.
The score now all even.
And while his ability to score gets so much attention, Harden demonstrating why he's also regarded as an elite level passer.
We're just over a minute into this final quarter of play. Holiday up top.
I'm shocked he missed that wide open look. He has to feel embarrassed he blew that one.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Blake Griffin, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Outside, Green. Harden outside. Here's Dinwiddie. And that's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Griffin. Kevin Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Harris subbed in for Green. Harris outside. The dish to Dinwiddie. 6 to shoot. To take the lead. Offensive rebound. Jordan kicks to Dinwiddie. Harden the pass to Jordan. Nets passing it around. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Bucks have gone 0 of 3 to start the fourth quarter. There's the pass to Moore. High post Lopez. And here is DiVincenzo. Giannis with it. He's picked up by KD. Trying to get something going. DiVincenzo can't hit it. Brooklyn's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Harden has a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. And the Nets lead by 3.
And he just seems to always deliver in the clutch. And he's got it going right now. That's who they want taking the big shot.
And the dunk by Giannis.
So exciting to see the growth of the Greek Freak. There are shots that stars sink, and that's a momentum changer right there.
Dinwiddie passes to Harden. To the inside, Jordan. Outside Durant. Lopez grabs the board. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Kicks it out to Harden. Passes it to Durant. Goes up again. Yep, right through the net.
Happy to put the team on his back, especially in the biggest of moments. Durant nails a huge shot.
Giannis outside. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Harris looking it over. From outside, off the mark.
Sometimes you just have an off night, guys, and that's what we've seen so far. You know, altered shots don't show up on the official stat sheet, but as we saw there, he does a great job of doing that as well as collecting the rebound.
Brooklyn making some changes. Luwawu Cabarro, he's checked in for Joe Harris. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Irving passes to Durant. Irving against Holiday. Kicks it out to Harden. The shot. Rebounded by the Bucks. Giannis with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Connaughton passes to Holiday. Down low. Kicks it down to Middleton. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. DeAndre Jordan grabs the miss. They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Harden outside. It's Solomon to Tacumbo. Oh, he couldn't make that shot go to force overtime. All right, David, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it. And there's Batum, and it's George in at the 2. And looking at the Nets, we've got DeAndre Jordan. Irving is out there with Luwawu. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Durant in at the 4-man position. And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
Irving passes to Jordan, and the layup's good off the glass.
Jordan really relishes playing through contact and converting, showing you just how strong he is and a good level of concentration, too.
Morris, no good. Now Irving puts up a 3. They get it back. A 3. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Always great from deep. I don't think Irving has gotten enough credit for how lethal he is from behind the arc.
Jackson misses. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Passes to Jordan. And slam dunk by Jordan.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
The shot by George, no good.
You know, that's a quick 0 for 4 now. At what point do you call a timeout and reset?
And Harris wide open. He shoots. Jordan kicks to Harris. Pass to Luwawu. Fires the 3. The kick out to Irving. Durant way outside. On the wing, Harris for 3. Up again, and there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 6.
Well, you know, a big part of offensive rebounding is really relentless effort and high energy, and Jordan knows all about that.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game. And as expected, Kevin Durant sitting out all of last season, recovering from the Achilles injury. Glad to see him back on the floor.
I agree with you, and it was absolutely a no-brainer for Kevin to sit out the season. That type of injury, you give it all the time you need, and the Nets knew that. They knew when the deal was done that he was going to most likely miss the season, and yet they did the right thing. And when you have a guy like KD, you want to make sure you're not rushing him back. You want him fully ready when it's time for him to go.
Jackson has the open look. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
You know, guys, I think he's got confidence to shoot it from anywhere, but he could have gotten a better one than that.
And here's Harris from the arc. Jordan kicks to Harris. The Nets working the ball around now. Irving with a clean look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Batum wide open. He fires. Los Angeles with another miss. Harris against Jackson. Harris missing again.
He still hasn't been able to convert from the field. He's just struggling to find his shot.
And it's Leonard missing. Brooklyn with the ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. Outside, KD. From deep three-point range, the shot will not fall. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Batum with the ball. Picked up by Harris. And George gets it to go.
And when you leave a man open, Batum finds it. Great feel for the game.
Irving against Jackson. Here's Durant. It's rebounded by Leonard. Clippers trail by 7. And the wide open shot from Morris. Leonard the pass to Batum. And here's Morris for 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. Jordan's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Here's Irving. Lays it up and banks it in. Irving's got 5.
Tell you what, this is what Irving can do now. He'll leak out and then make the right read in transition.
Great positioning on the putback.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Definitely. You're not going to make plays like that unless you expend the energy.
Irving can't get it to go.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And he's still scoreless in the quarter. They might need to go to a plan B to help him get his confidence.
Outstanding body control there by Kyrie. I mean, he continues to score on tough defense, and it never fails to amaze me how he's able to do that so often.
And here's Harris from the arc. Sinks the three-pointer.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And so it's the Brooklyn Nets with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter to play. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Green is out there with Griffin. Then it's Harden, and it's Claxton in at the 5, roaming the paint. Offensive rebound. Here's Morris. Nice fake with the layup off the mark.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. Harden with it. Back to Dinwiddie. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Dinwiddie's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for the Nets.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden, often maligned for his lack of effort defensively, but quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Outside, Green. The pass to Claxton. Out left to the wing. Dinwiddie against Zubac.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Zubac finds Kennard. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Pass to Dinwiddie. Outside for Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And Blake Griffin is just an incredible athlete, explosive and great balance and mobility, powerful. A big guy who can flat out throw it down, and he also can pass it too.
Cousins, no one around him. Nice open look, but it's no good. Here's the three. Griffin can't get it to go in. Clippers trail by 14. Now here's Cousins. From past the arc. Griffin grabs the board.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden. Los Angeles has gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. There's the triple. And again, it's the Clippers missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Stolen by Harden. Puts up a three. Rebounded by Serge Ibaka.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Cousins. The Clippers get another chance here. Zubats, that's good.
That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Zubats against Griffin. Passes it to Claxton. Back to Griffin. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Griffin's got the lead up to 14 now for Brooklyn. And here is Los Angeles now. Wide open look here for Zubac. And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Kawhi Leonard's checked in for Cousins, while George comes in for Serge Ibaka. Kennard, he's checked in for Ivica Zubac. And it's Jackson in for Patterson. Back to Irving. Inside, here's KD. Bucket is good. Jordan's got 8 points.
That's one of the areas he's really improved. Durant's passing abilities have grown as his years in the league have grown.
George, with no one around, drills the three-pointer.
Boy, at the offensive end, his game is so impressive. I mean, he's a threat every time up the floor.
Irving looking over the floor. Durant against Leonard. KD with the bucket. And the Nets lead by 15.
Well, he's capable of scoring from anywhere. Durant's size and touch make him a prime-time threat inside.
A shot by Batum, no good. It'll count. He doesn't hit that one. And so it's the Brooklyn. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the end. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 15. Kenny, what was your impression? That's all for now.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
And you know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then there's Batum. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Leonard in at the small forward. Batum trying to break loose.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
KD's shot is off. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. 15-point game.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
And here's Harris from the arc. And the Nets miss again.
You know, it's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he's struggled so mightily. Well, an awful beginning to this half, guys, missing their first 4 attempts.
Lobs it up for Jordan. Up high to stuff the alley-oop. Great game for him. Double-double down. 10 points and 12 rebounds.
Yeah, you got to respect the athletic reach of Jordan now. Throw it up, and he will bash in the alley-oop.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
And the basket by Harris.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. These guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
And you want more of this from Jackson. The more unselfish he is, the better the team.
Here's Luwawu, defended by George. And a deep three from Irving. No good on the three. Clippers trail by 16.
Well, you can be the judge of if it's fair or not, but Kyrie Irving has earned himself the reputation of being moody, to say the least.
Yeah, and you know, sometimes that sword cuts both ways. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the media, and the media's perception. It's a combination of the two. Clearly, Kyrie can sometimes go off on tangents and come from left field in interviews. I mean, he's not the only player, present or past, that's been guilty of that. One thing you can't deny, though, is this guy loves the game. And it's a matter of continuing to mature and grow as a leader. So I say give him more time, and he'll refine himself in that area.
And another miss. He's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Harris.
Boy, that looked like a failure to communicate. You hate unforced errors.
And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Joe Harris. James Harden, he's checked in for Luwawu Cabarro. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. And then for the Clippers, Mann's checked in. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. Griffin's checked in for the Nets. The Clippers also changing it up. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Morris. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jordan. And the Nets miss again. Clippers trail by 18. Rondo passes to Zubac. And the Clippers miss again. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting pretty terrible here in the third quarter at around 30%. Pass to Claxton. And here's Harden. 14 feet away. And the Nets miss again.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
And there's only ever going to be one result when Kawhi's driving to the bucket. And it's going to be loud, and it's going to be painful.
Griffin, no one around him, and it's wide right. Hits off the rim. And here is Los Angeles now. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Good on the bucket.
Hey, you can't forget about this now. Rondo's averaged double-digit assists multiple seasons. As good a passer as any in this league.
Here's Dinwiddie, and it's blocked. And here's Kennard. No points in the game yet for him. That one goes. Count it.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Harden outside. To the middle. It's tipped. Leonard with the steal. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Oh, Leonard in position. That one misses.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Yeah, and no one's ever questioned the desire. Griffin using his strength and explosiveness to make good on the second chance opportunities.
And it's out of bounds. The Nets will take it the other way. Here's Dinwiddie. The three from Harden. No good on the shot. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Nets lead by. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. You and I have talked about how the NBA Finals used to be tape delayed. What's the value of fans getting to see the broadcast live now as opposed to tape delayed as it was back in the 70s.
Isn't that weird to even think that that's
It
the
is.
case?
I know
But,
it.
You know, I think, Kev, that the fans, they just feel more connected to their favorite teams, the end players. It creates more anxiety, right? Because nowadays there's nothing that can happen that you don't know about it, whether you see it or not. So live sports, especially the NBA Finals, the anticipation, that anxiety that we talked about, man, I'm still a fan to this day in a different way. So I can only imagine when you have a personal vested interest in the team, what that's got to feel like.
See, you're right. Durant is out there with DeAndre Jordan. Then there's Harris. Then it's Harden, and it's Dinwiddie in at the 1. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
He can be dangerous from outside. Sure, he didn't get one to go in the first, but we know he can get on the roll and knock him down.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
From deep. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jeff Green. That is his first foul of the game. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers, trailing by 19.
You know, he's just chucking it up from distance this quarter. If you're going to do this, especially in the second half, you better make them.
And it's Green missing. LA has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Los Angeles with another miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Dinwiddie kicks to Green. Harden surveying the D. Dinwiddie finds Harden. Good on the three-point shot. Harden's got a couple of three-pointers now in the fourth for the Nets.
You can really see that his confidence is at a high level here in this half. He didn't have a 3 in the first.
The shot by George, no good.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
From deep, Harden. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
You know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Bangs home the trifecta.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Now the pass to Dinwiddie. Harden outside. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. The 3 from George. And that one is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. 22 is their biggest lead. 3rd minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Now Dinwiddie. 5 on the clock. Launches a 3. It's good from long range.
Love the speed with which Harden gets his shot off, timing his release beautifully off the pass. Nice stuff.
And it's George again missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
And it's out of bounds, and they say last touch by Griffin.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
So for the Clippers, Marcus Morris comes in for Ivica Zubac. And Reggie Jackson subbed in for Patrick Beverley. And stolen by Irving.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest. Just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Brooklyn.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jordan.
It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket seemed as wide as a barrel.
George, no good. And the Nets with possession. They're on a 14-6 run. Irving double team. And a wide open look for Jordan. And the 3 off target. And here's George for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Well, another tin cup moment here, because he continues to miss shot after shot from 3-point range. This is not a fourth quarter he's going to want to remember.
And, you know, that's one of George's go-to shots. He's a three-point shooter who spaces the floor well.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Irving with the ball. Jordan the pass to Luau. And again, no good by Brooklyn. George looking over the floor. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
Yeah, I'd be confident, too, as a matter of fact. I mean, if you're stacking up threes the way he is, I mean, he's doing all his work from behind the arc.
And so it's Brooklyn easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks. It's time for the NBA. DA.
Well, guys,
He's certainly come a long way, DA. Thanks. The starters for the Portland Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3. And for the Nets, Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's Brown. Then it's Kyrie Irving, and it's Jordan in at the center, locking down the middle. Now here's Durant. Count it. Terrific, talented backcourts tonight. Greg, did it ever add anything for you playing across another top-level guard?
Listen, it raises the stakes, no doubt about it. You always want the opportunity to play against the best because you want to see where you stand. But in the end, even when you know a guy's better than you, and you're going to have that be the case a lot of nights, you still know that you will have an ability to impact the outcome when it comes to winning. And that's where you have to keep your focus.
Harris outside. The three-pointer, no good. Fast break. Here come the Trailblazers. McCollum passes to Nurkic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
Great concentration on display from Nurkic to get the foul and still come away with the made field goal.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Now here's Irving. At the top of the key, Durant. Now the feed to Jordan. Great D that time from Nurkic.
That's another miss. Already they've missed 3 out of 4 to start. And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Outside, KD. Here's Irving. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Yeah, Kevin knows when he can score, so he waits to make sure that somebody else doesn't have a better shot before he does that. Good play there.
Irving against Lillard. And Lillard throws it down.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
Here's Irving. Portland making their last shot. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
Shoots off the step back. Lillard misses.
Well, he's a guy that count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
Harris misses. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Lets it go with a 3. And it's Lillard missing. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Brown. And it's sent back by Lillard. And he's able to get it back.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Pass to Irving. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Irving's got 6 points.
You got to stay in front of Kyrie Irving at all times. Yeah, I said it here from the sidelines. Try doing it out there on the floor.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Shoots over Brown. And it's Durant with the rebound.
Yeah, but the hand in the face. It's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor. Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Green, he's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. And then for the Trailblazers, Cantor checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. Portland with the ball. After the basket by Brooklyn. And that one, good.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here is Durant. The Blazers getting the bucket. Out to Harris. Over Anthony. Powell pulls it in.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
And that one's good, Anthony.
quick fire on that shot. Melo with the catch-and-shoot jumper. No defense for that play.
Brown outside. Pass to Green. Harris against Powell. They get it back.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
The pass to Simons. Back to McCollum. The three. There's the three. He can't get it to go. Tie game in Brooklyn. And back in a moment as we'll get underway. Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far, guys, from the Nets, what do you think?
Well, pounding the boards is one way to gain an advantage. They simply owned the glass in that first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter. Then it's Jones. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, good evening. Well, last season, the Blazers were beset by injuries, and they fell short of their goals. Their star, Damian Lillard, said, "Once we're in a better position, I want people to remember how I responded when things didn't go my way. That they know my character is true." Kevin, we know that Dame grew up in Oakland, a place where overcoming adversity is ingrained. Back to you.
Thank you, D.A. Nets trail by 3. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Harden, no good. For Portland, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Anthony can't hit. And so Griffin will bring it up for the Nets. It's Harden with the drive. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
We'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
Now here's Harden. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Dinwiddie. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
They are just killing them on the interior.
McCollum deciding where to go with it. Here's Anthony, and it's Anthony with the jam.
Good space and pace from Melo right there, leaving the D with no chance to block that dunk.
And McCollum has done a lot to improve his impact on the defensive end. Very active with his hands and how he challenges shots.
Well, the blocks numbers last year jumped up a bit. That's kind of a nice indicator of what you're talking about, GA. And he just doesn't get tired. And if he can give some more on the defensive end like he's shown, it's going to help out the team.
DeAndre Jordan's checked in for the Nets. Irving comes in for Jeff Green. Portland also making some changes. Nurkic checked in for Kanter. Robert Covington comes in for Carmelo Anthony. And Lillard subbed in for McCollum. Here's Lillard following the basket by Kyrie Irving. To the wing right side. Here's Simons. That shot misses. The Nets go the other way with it. A minute 50 left here in the second. It'll go. The Portland lead is cut to just 1 point on the basket from Harden. Portland's gone 1 of 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's Simons. Out to the right wing. Here's Lillard. The shot, no good. Dinwiddie with some nice D. Irving with the ball. Lillard picks him up, and the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Brooklyn. Durant's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Harris comes in for James Harden. And it's Bruce Brown in for Dinwiddie. And a switch here also for Portland. Powell's checked in. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Giving up a run here. Can they turn it around?
Hard to say right now. At this point, I've seen the coaches run through 2 or 3 iterations of defense. Is there a fourth? I'm not sure.
Lillard scanning the floor. And then Lillard slams it in.
Nurkic getting more and more comfortable at finding the open men on this team.
Brooklyn trailing. There's 53 seconds left in the second quarter. Pass to KD. Misses the step back jump shot.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
And here is Irving. 8 points for him. For 3, Harris. Rebound by the Trailblazers.
Not sure why he keeps trying his luck from deep here. It's just not his night.
Portland, they have shot just 1 free throw, missing that one early. First free throw is good. He's perfect from the line this time. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the first half. Outside Irving. Just 3 on the clock. And KD with the lay-in. Durant's got his second basket.
Not fair of a coach to send out one defender against Kevin Durant.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. Well, he's been an elite scorer for so long in the league. And that'll...
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Kyrie Irving really making a difference here.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Irving. Durant is out there with Joe Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Brown in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Now here's Durant. And Harris wide open. He shoots. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Harris has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Now Lillard. 8 points for him. Lets it go from deep. It's hauled in by Brown.
Even if you're not shooting it, you like to see the effort level, and his tonight has been high.
Durant down low. Defended by Covington. For the tie. That one wide left.
I saw a green light there. The D's not going to get away with that kind of lapse all that often here tonight.
Showing off the agility and quickness. Covington knows where to get when the break is on.
Now here's Irving. He's got 8. Pass to Durant. Steps back and fires. Good as the jump shot falls. Durant's got 6 points. Greg, you were a feared ball hawk in your playing days, and I know you see similar players playing today.
No doubt about that, Kev. You know, Ben Simmons, a player at 6'10" with those hands. He's incredible to watch on that. And how about Fred VanVleet, though? He's a guy, they say he's 6'1". I don't know, but he gets into you and competes, man. And that's the beauty of our game. You know, you can be as big as the trees and have a major impact, or you can be one of those little fellas, as they like to call us, and be equally as effective on the floor.
Like the Chris Pauls, the Patrick Beverleys. There are a lot of those guys that play the ball like you did so well. Yeah, right. Great players.
The inside game of Griffin, very polished and superb at getting into a position where he can cash in.
McCollum passes to Carmelo. Feeds it to Cantor. McCollum against Harden. The putback. It's good on the putback. And the Trailblazers lead by 2.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it.
That's tough because that one's preventable. The defense has nothing to do at all with that turnover.
Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for the Trailblazers. Now here's McCollum. He has 5. Pass to Simons. Green against Powell. Shot clock at 5. Here's Simons. Banked in off the glass. And it's a 4-point Trailblazer lead.
I love the advantage he has from a speed standpoint. Does a great job of creating separation for that shot.
Dinwiddie passes to Jordan. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's tightly guarded. Here's Griffin. And too long on the shot. Portland leading by 4. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Brooklyn Nets. And the jam by Harden.
You know, and with how deliberate he can be, Harden still can surprise defenders with that burst, that underrated vertical that he possesses.
Now here's McCollum. 1:06 left to play in the third. Shoots the 3. Portland again missing.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Here's Anthony. Here's Simons. That's in there. Anthony with the assist. Simons has got the lead up to 5 now for the Trailblazers. Harden scanning the floor. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
And, you know, if you score on Harden, this guy's going to take it personal. The answer's right back.
McCollum passes to Powell. McCollum against Harden. The feed to Nurkic. McCollum trying to get open. Nurkic can't hit. The Nets have gone 5 of 7 from the field in the third quarter. Let's see if they can keep it up. Dinwiddie dishes to Harden. Back to Dinwiddie. Here's Claxton. Can't tie it up as that one misses. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Anthony. Robert Covington out there with Nurkic. Then it's Damian Lillard, and it's Powell in at the shooting guard. Ahead, Trailblazers moving the ball around. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington. Lillard's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Trailblazers. Now a timeout call by Brooklyn.
And as things present themselves throughout a game, teams have to adapt on the fly.
And timeouts are a wonderful opportunity to just settle in and recollect the thoughts of your entire team. Not just the guys playing, but the entire team.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brooklyn's head coach said to the team. He said he just wants them to play faster. He feels like they've been too lackadaisical with the ball and that their aggressiveness just isn't there right now. Kevin, back to you.
Lillard outside. We've played just over 1 minute here in the fourth quarter. And he gets the bucket.
Well, compact and strong Lillard using his frame and still finishes.
Harden with it. Right wing. The pass to Green. Inside. Outside for Griffin. 5 on the clock. Here's Dinwiddie. Baseline J on the way. Dinwiddie. And Dinwiddie stays with it.
Oh, smooth. Guys, very good job getting himself in close enough that he could just tip it back in.
Well said. Those kind of plays in the offensive glass can tell the story sometimes, can't they? Now here's Lillard. It's Anthony with the drive. Got a hand on it. In transition, here come the Nets. Harden's got the ball, and that one, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
They get it again. Jordan. And he banks in the layup. Jordan's got the lead up to 2 now for the Nets.
Well, DeAndre Jordan dominates this game on both ends around the glass.
Here's Lillard. That will fall for his 7th bucket. 7 for 15 in this game.
That's a tip of the cap there. Always wanting to take the big shot for his team. Lillard makes more than his fair share.
Now here's Durant. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That is his first foul of the game. Down low. Harden kicks to KD. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Covington. Kept alive. High post, KD. Harris finds Irving. Now here's Jordan. Back to Irving. Outside for Durant. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Nets lead by 2.
Now, DeAndre Jordan has seen these moments before. Not usually the guy called upon, but, man, delivering in a big spot.
It's McCollum on the wing. The tray. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard.
Man, he was a go-to guy in crunch time in college, and McCollum now has developed that reputation here in the league.
Now here's Durant. We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the 4th quarter.
Love the way Durant just goes after the jugular there. He's used to nailing those game changers.
Trailblazers have gotten 4 of their 6 shots to fall so far here in the 4th. A pretty nice efficiency there. Here's McCollum. No good that time. Jordan with some nice D. The Nets have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Harris with it. Now defended by McCollum. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. And it's a 4-point Brooklyn lead.
The defenders need to recognize the importance of staying on him as we get into crunch time.
And the 3 ball is good.
Remember that one, guys, a difference maker.
I'm wondering, is that the biggest shot of the game?
Outside Durant. He dishes it to Jordan. And it's rebounded by Covington.
I don't know what happened there. That was an easy 2 points that he just threw away.
And he'll shoot free throws here. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in air. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win.
Play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
So the next starting five: Jordan is out there with Durant. Then it's Joe Harris. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Brown in at the shooting guard. And for Milwaukee, Giannis is the 4 with Lopez the 5. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Holiday. And it's Middleton in at the small forward.
Well, you've got to recognize how active Middleton is on defense. I mean, this is a guy that you can't afford to be careless around.
Irving finds Jordan. Brown against Holiday. 5 to shoot. Here's Irving. Good D by Giannis.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
There's the lob into Antetokounmpo. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
So close to getting the block there. You can live with those calls because you'd rather have a guy playing aggressive instead of playing it safe.
Outside Irving. And the pass to Durant. They get it back on the wing. Brown to the paint, and he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. The Bucks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Antetokounmpo passes to Lopez. Now here is Holiday. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. Shoots. Misses off the right iron.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
No good from Irving.
They are 0 for the game thus far. 0 of 4 here, still looking for their first make.
The Nets have gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Outside Holiday. And that one, good.
An intense competitor. It's clear that Holiday enjoys going hard at the defense and finishing on them.
Now, here is Irving. Pass to Durant. Steps back and fires. The rebound by the Bucks.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And taken away by Brown. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. KD's got the ball. Bucks leading by 6. Holiday goes in. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Brown. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. And again, it's the Nets missing. Bucks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Oh!
My goodness. How about the flash by Antetokounmpo? I mean, just an insanely talented athlete who loves to punish that rim.
Now, here's DiVincenzo. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. KD against Antetokounmpo. To the inside. Holiday. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Irving from long range. And the Nets miss again.
Boy, this is bad. Tough to watch. I mean, this is really bad. He's stone cold this quarter. Man.
Giannis, no good. Nets trail by 10. Durant with it. He's picked up by Lopez. 18 feet out. KD's shot is good.
Boy, being able to score from any place on the court makes Durant a space creator for his team. I mean, it's not just inside. It's not just threes. It's that mid-range game, too.
Now, here's...
Are you kidding me?
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
DiVincenzo against Brown, and stolen by DiVincenzo. And there's the foul. It'll go on Bruce Brown. That's his first foul. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee. Teague surveying the D. Fires the three. James Harden with the rebound. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
Good offense squaring up against better D there. You got to appreciate that stop.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's feeling it tonight and has been the driving force for the... This is what Giannis Antetokounmpo recently told us when he was...
For me personally,
And for Giannis, Greg, the consistency from range has been a focal point.
The more accurate he is from outside, the wider the driving lanes become, making him nearly impossible to stop.
And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Bucks?
Guys, right from the start, it's been apparent they're determined to establish a presence in the paint.
You know, one other thing that's clear is how well they're burying their jump shots here in the early going.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Chris Middleton is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Bobby Portis. And it's Connaughton in at the 2 spot. Here is Harden following the basket by Chris Middleton. Lets the 3 fly. Harden, no good.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Here's Portis. Not going to go that time. The Nets go the other way with it. To the paint. Deflects the pass. Lets it fly. Nice touch on the shot from close range. Portis has got the lead up to 12 now for the Bucks.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on it.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
No defensive pressure at all. I mean, that's not going to get it done against him.
Bucks leading by 10. And Forbes kicks to Portis. Back to Forbes. Takes a 3. Brooklyn with the rebound. And here comes Harden, leading the fast break. It's rebounded by Portis. The Bucks have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Tucker can't get it to go.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
And, you know, guys, always a tough catch on the lob. Placement and timing have to be close to perfect.
Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his special?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Tucker finds Teague. And he could not get that one. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And the Nets making a change here. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Joe Harris is checked in for Jeff Green. And it's Kyrie Irving in for Dinwiddie. Now here's Harden.
You know, using his size advantage there to rip down that board in traffic.
Here's Teague. Can't hit from in close. Nets trail by 9. KD, that's for two. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
Hey, we know Harden can score, but he also has great vision.
Outside Teague. Pass to Giannis. Back to Teague. 6 on the shot clock. Floats it up for Giannis.
Yeah, you know, not every point guard would be able to find an open man right there, but Teague is always looking for the right play.
Harris outside. No good on the triple. And here's Middleton bringing it up now for the Bucks. He gets that one. And the Bucks lead by 11.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Irving finds Durant. And here is Jordan. Lopez with the steal. And now here comes Teague leading the break. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
No problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
DiVincenzo with it. He's picked up by Irving. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Off target from three-point range. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Irving. Makes it off the glass.
I think he's the most creative finisher in the league. Irving's so good at finding holes in the defense.
Antetokounmpo with the ball. 10 points for him. 11 seconds left in the first half of the game. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Sometimes it's a real trick bag trying to guard Antetokounmpo. I mean, his skill set and build and length and athleticism draws a ton of fouls.
For Milwaukee, they have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today.
And team stats last season, 74% shooting, so some numbers that they can definitely improve upon.
With 1 on the clock, and that one released in time, but no good. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, a tremendous game we're seeing from Giannis Antetokounmpo. He had 12 points. And that's...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at Antetokounmpo, and this game has been everywhere.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim. And
Brooklyn, looking who they've got. We've got Green. Kyrie Irving is out there with Brown. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant in at the power forward. On the clock.
Boy, he could have taken himself, but he went from good, better to best in getting the shot for his teammate.
Irving passes to KD. He feeds it to Green. From 12 feet out. The putback. They shoot again. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
And the long reach of Antetokounmpo. I mean, stretches for days. And because of that, he's excellent at challenging shots. And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Here is Durant. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third.
Now Teague. Passes it to Connaughton. Jacks up a 3. It's hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Irving. Makes good on the step-back jumper. Irving's got 6.
Well, Irving can shoot it with little warning. I mean, he's just that quick. No time to contest if you're not there before the shot.
Giannis passes to Portis. Here's Connaughton. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Giannis with it. Now Green defending. Here's Portis. That three off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And here's Harris from the arc. That shot no good. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. Here's Antetokounmpo. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Irving kicks to KD. Irving attacking. Rebounded by the Bucks.
You know, he's been off tonight, off his game. At this point, he might want to focus on creating for others.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
Really piling on the lead with a dunk like that.
Nets trail by 14. Outside Irving. The pass to Brown. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Irving doing a nice job there being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
And Teague's got the ball here for the Bucks. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Here's Portis, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the 1 pick or the 2nd pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
And how about the power of Antetokounmpo? Dynamite whenever he takes it to the rim.
Irving with it, picked up by Teague. Here's Green, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Bobby Portis.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
Both teams will make substitutions.
And the former Hoya Green, a rangy forward who can both score and defend from all areas of the floor.
Middleton outside. Dishes to Lopez. Here's Holiday. They grab their own miss and staying with the play, Middleton. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Yeah, that was the 3rd straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies. And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Middleton, a scorer by nature, that time showing he can find his teammates too.
Nets trail by 18. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The Nets have been solid at the line so far. 4 for 4.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
Harden hits them both.
Free throw shooting is about mechanics, confidence, and your mental approach. He's locked in from there most every night.
A shot by Holiday. Nobody around. Off target from outside. On the wing, Harden shoots over DiVincenzo. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks in command. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. They've got P.J. Tucker, Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Holiday. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Middleton in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Middleton outside. The dish to Tucker. DiVincenzo passes to Lopez. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. And the Bucks lead by 16. Harden scanning the floor. Fires from the wing. Good on the jump shot.
Man, it's fun watching Harden use the pick and roll to his advantage, getting space off the screen and letting it fly with ease.
Outside Holiday. Middleton right side for three. Good on the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game. You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
And there's the foul. It'll go on P.J. Tucker. That's foul number 2 for him. Milwaukee making a switch here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. Harris is checked in for Brooklyn. Sinks the triple.
You know, this is where Harris is most dangerous, one of the very best from behind the arc. His eyes light up when he gets these long-distance chances.
Now here is Holiday. Here's Giannis. Brooklyn with the rebound. Harden's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Dinwiddie, and it's good for 2. Dinwiddie's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, no time wasted getting that ball up the floor for the uncontested finish.
Pass to Middleton. For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Lopez finds DiVincenzo. Here's Holiday. Finds the bottom of the bucket from 13 feet out. And the Bucks lead by 16.
Plays mature and under control. Holiday doesn't need the flashy plays. He's very comfortable with that mid-range.
The deep 3 from Harden. Tries again. And the rejection by Giannis. Here's Middleton. A rim-rattling two-handed jam.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
And, you know, until that final buzzer sounds, I mean, you've got to treat every possession like it's crucial.
I know you appreciate this, Greg. So much of defense now is closing out on the three-point shooting and then protecting the rim. Consequently, pull-up jump shooters are super valuable. And there are a lot of good ones in the NBA right now.
No doubt about it. And Kevin, you know, you think about a few guys. James Harden, I mean, he shoots that step-back 3, but he's a guy that, because of his ability to utilize your inability to defend that three-pointer, Kyrie, Dame Lillard, those are some guys. Chris Paul still as good as anybody in that mid-range area. C.J. McCollum. These are guys that have really feasted and carved out a nice niche for themselves in the NBA because of that ability to take and make jump shots.
And I love that list. You're right on. Some changes for Brooklyn. Durant comes in for Nicholas Claxton. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 16. 1:21 left in the fourth quarter. And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
And his focus, guys, has been laser sharp, and his touch from the field, flawless. The teammates have worked hard to get him the ball in some good positions, and boy, has he rewarded them with a spectacular shooting performance. Great call to keep running all those sets for him.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Bucks.
What do you think was the deciding factor in this one?
I think you have to look at their field goal percentage. They just shot the ball much better than the opponent, and they were getting great looks all game long.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Giannis.
Well, the defense just couldn't figure him out, and he continued to put it to him.
Look, it's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Now they're playing with urgency, huh? They could have done it much earlier, before the game was out of reach.
Irving from long range. No good that time. Pass to Middleton from deep three-point range. Milwaukee, no good that time either.
And he missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Well, that looked to me, guys, like a heat check and was maybe a step out of his range.
And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. Then it's Jordan. Then there's Harris. And it's KD in at the power forward. And for the Clippers, we've got Patrick Beverly. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ibaka. And it's George in at the shooting guard position. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
Two terrific defenses tonight, Greg. They do it in a variety of ways. It's been hard for either team to score.
You know, strong on ball, in help, in transition, and both coaches doing such a great job of making the adjustments. And listen, the reality is defense still can be a factor in determining who wins and who loses.
And we're seeing it right before our eyes.
Okay, Kevin Durant scanning the floor, looking for opportunities. Make your teammates feel good. Nice.
Here's George, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
And Paul George, Doris, kind of a late bloomer coming up in high school. His older sister used to give him the business on the blacktop. Of course, eventually, he found his stride, and the rest is history.
It took some encouraging from older sis and his high school coach, who actually had to threaten him with running suicides to get the guy to shoot more. And think about it. This guy plays his college basketball at mid-major Fresno State. That's really where he got onto the NBA radar.
And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That'll be his second foul of the game. Rajon Rondo is checked in for the Clippers. Blake Griffin, he's checked in for the Nets. Irving, the rebound by Paul George.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
And Kawhi Leonard with a very analytical approach, Doris, to the game. Studies angles, movement, trying to groove in on perfect mechanics. I mean, he does it all.
Yeah, Kev, that goes back to his favorite high school subject, which was math. And think about how precisely he has built his game. He started at the free throw line, then went to the low post, and now has added the range game. Very analytic approach. Well, drop the hammer, KD. How confident is this guy at the cup?
George up top. He's covered by Brown, and it's George finishing it off.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Irving finds KD. To the middle, here's Griffin. That's in, coming off the assist from KD.
Boy, in pick-and-roll situations, Kevin Durant has every pass. The lob, the pocket pass, so pretty.
Leonard attacking, and it's Leonard with the jam.
I tell you what, you better watch out, fellas. He is on fire here today.
Rondo against Irving. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Yep, that one goes in there.
Oh, Kyrie dazzling on the drive. One of the best in the league at that.
Rondo dishes to Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
When the story of Kawhi Leonard is told, it will be about the hard work being the secret of his success. Here was a guy who was not the most vaunted prospect in either high school or college. But boy, he kept his eyes on what he was after, and he kept working.
And Brooklyn making a change here. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. James Harden, he's checked in for Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
Serge Ibaka has checked in for the Clippers. Ivica Zubac has checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Harris has checked in. And Doris, you were talking about Leonard's work ethic. Going back to San Diego State, he used to come in at 6:30 in the morning. No lights on in the gym. So he brought his own lamps. I mean, the guy was dedicated.
No doubt, Kevin, and that has been the through line of his career. First to practice, last to lead. He has that hunger to improve, the drive and the desire to put in the time to be great. There's a price to be paid, and he's willing to pay it.
Green against Zubac. Over Green. No good from Zubac.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
And that one drops for him.
Yeah, we're seeing some fireworks from them already.
Well, what I love is the game plan has been solid from the opening tip, and guys are making their shots. That's critical.
Dinwiddie with the bucket.
A little artistry in the painted area, converting against the size.
Some guys just relish the challenge. Find a way, and he does.
Rondo's shot is off.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Boy, nobody between him and the basket on the break, and the pass was right where it needed to be.
Rondo kicks to Kennard. The drive by Rondo. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
The Nets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And the first one at the line is good. And Los Angeles with some changes. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Rajon Rondo. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Beverley the pass to George. Harden with the defensive effort.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. George, the offensive rebound. Zubats, that's good.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box out.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched 8. And it seems like players are constantly changing teams.
As a team, as a unit, as a roster, we've had.
Greg Dinwiddie, one of those players who seems to adapt to any situation.
I mean, he's versatile. Total team player, will do whatever is asked of him. He's really emerged after being picked in the second round a few years ago.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
Attacking, drawing fouls. They won that first quarter at the line.
They have done a tremendous job of drawing contact and putting officials in a place where they simply have to make the call.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. Setting the floor for the Clippers. They've got Paul George. Baca is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's man in at the 2.
And what a unique career Serge Ibaka has had. Some incredible totals for him over the course of his career.
That's right, Greg. I mean, I think people would be shocked to know Serge Ibaka was the first player ever to make 500 threes and have 1,500 blocks. Hard to imagine nobody had ever accomplished that feat. Give credit to Ibaka. He changed his offense and added the 3-ball.
For the Clippers, DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Ibaka. And it's Leonard in for George. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for DeAndre Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. James Harden, he's checked in for Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Man gets the bucket.
Well, we know Kawhi will always attract lots of defensive attention, which puts him in a position to find his teammates. Pretty pass.
Dinwiddie outside. Pass to Harden. A 3-ball. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. Dinwiddie's got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's Morris with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Leonard. It's hauled in by Harris. Nets trail by 3. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And this is how a floor leader makes a statement. Harden just put the other team on notice.
And the Clippers making a change here. Batum's checked in. That one drops. He ties it up. Today, Greg, we see a lot more friendly rivalries. Does that bother you?
Not at all. I mean, people like to say, well, our era had the rivalries were more bitter. I disagree with that. I think guys are every bit as competitive today as they've ever been.
That's good to hear.
They just also have more exposure and opportunity to be around one another. Kids today growing up, they've been playing against each other since the 5th, 6th grade in national tournaments. When we played, we didn't get to see the other top players around the country. So I think that was one reason why you didn't have a closeness with guys that unless you were on the same team.
Here's Harden on the wing. We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
And Doris, make no mistake about it. Spencer Dinwiddie is looking to score. An instant offense type of player.
And Spencer Dinwiddie knows what his role is, and he plays it perfectly. He can go a little hot and cold for stretches, but he doesn't let it affect him. Dinwiddie's always going to provide that offensive punch that's so critical for you.
Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court, he makes a lot of noise.
Harden finds Dinwiddie. Harris outside. Shoots over Leonard. Dinwiddie passes to Harris. Misses off the left iron.
Well, the defense flat out awful right there, and he couldn't punish them for their mistake. This guy has been a catalyst for them all game long. What a job leading them to this lead.
Dinwiddie against Beverly. Bobbed up there for Green.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Here's Leonard. It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Harden dishes to Dinwiddie. And there's the call on Patrick Beverly. That's his 5th foul. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Cousins. Paul George comes in for Marcus Morris. Kennard, he's checked in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Here's George, and it's blocked by Brown. They retain possession, and it's George finishing it off. Nets trail by 6. Irving with it. And the layup's good off the glass. Irving's got his 2nd basket of the game.
Boy, somehow, some way, Irving guides some tough shots home. That is a special skill.
Leonard against Griffin. Leonard the pass to Ibaka. 2 points. That one goes. Ibaka's got his first points in this one.
He's just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Outside Griffin. From the arc. But they recover it. Jordan kicks to Griffin. Another shot, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Well, the length of Kawhi Leonard twice on the pipes with that 7'3" wingspan.
Clippers leading by 6. Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Adding to their advantage, trying to find a way to blow this one open.
One of the things they're doing is identifying favorable matchups and then going at them.
KD dishes to Jordan.
If you don't do your work early and push DeAndre Jordan a little bit out of his comfort range, look out.
From deep. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so, thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everyone. That was a combination of everybody and everyone. Everyone. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He had 16 points, 2 assists. Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
The Clippers in the lead. Setting the floor for the Nets. We've got Jordan. Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Brown. And it's Irving at the guard position.
Well, we knew that Paul George was a long-limbed, exceptional defender coming out of Fresno. His offense, though, has been impressive from the time he has stepped between the lines on the NBA level.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Oh, and here we go. Irving's got it, the fast break chance.
But what a wizard Kyrie is in the open floor. Utilizes his speed to help create open shots in transition. That's beautiful.
Jordan sends it back. Leonard with the steal. Here's George, and George with the stuff.
Boy, that is absolutely gorgeous by DeMarcus Cousins. Run the offense through your big man, and he will find the open man.
The pass to Harris. Three-pointer. Cloak loose. Ibaka with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kevin Durant.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Clippers have yet missed a free throw. 5 for 5.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws. So those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And the Clippers making a change here. Beverly's checked in. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Griffin's checked in for Harris. Here's Jordan. And it's in off the backboard.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've led by as much as 10. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Jordan. Here's KD. He misses the wide open dunk. George with the ball. He's picked up by Jordan.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And a deep three from Irving. That one no good. And the Clippers will come the other way. Leonard. And Durant sends it back. And he gets it back. Basket good. Nets trail by 11. Left side Irving. And again, it's the Nets missing. Clippers have gone an even 50% from the floor here in the third quarter. 4 of 8. Leonard the pass to Cousins. Left side Ibaka. Shoots over Griffin. And again, the Clippers good for 2.
Well, you love Serge Ibaka's shot selection, especially inside where he's so efficient.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And so the ball out of bounds. Jordan touched it last. A fantastic mobile one block. This one deserves another look.
And guys, that's about as good a defensive play as you'll see. Instant reaction to get a hand to the shot.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Marcus Morris comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Batum in for Kawhi Leonard. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Harris comes in for Kevin Durant. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving. Around the free agent race last year, for your money, Greg, who would you have rather taken? Kawhi and PG, Kevin Durant and Kyrie.
Oof. Wow. I tell you what, it's a tough call. You know, Kawhi's got a couple finals MVPs. KD's got a couple. Kyrie's got a ring. It's a tough call. I mean, PG is more than capable, man. I think it's a toss-up, partner.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going to agree with you. And it's the Clippers' ball. They're on a 12-4 run right now. Harden finds Griffin. No good from outside. Clippers leading by 13. From deep, George. He can't get that one.
But I love the determination, guys. It's simply not there for him right now.
Harris against George. Harris passes to Claxton. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Claxton's got 6.
We so often identify Joe Harris as strictly a shooter, but this guy, he is a tremendous passer as well.
George from deep three-point land. The long distance three is buried. And the Clippers lead by 14.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second half.
Up again. It's good on the putback.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Outside, George. From deep three-point range. Here's Zubac, and there's 2 points. Working on the glass, paying off that time. Zubac has got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. From deep, Harden. Off target with that shot.
Well, not only is he a tremendous athlete, but Paul George is a terrific positional defender. He just uses that body so well to contest shots.
And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this was?
How about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Rajon Rondo is out there with Luke Kennard. Then there's Batum. Then it's Marcus Morris. And it's Zubac in at the center position. That's who's out there for the Clippers. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Beyond the arc. Harden can't hit.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Morris outside. Here's the three. The Clippers rebound. Kennard kicks to Batum. They get it again. Zubac. And the wide open shot from Morris. Missed it, even after all those chances. Here's Harden. Oh, and James Harden throws it down hard.
And I just love how aggressive Harden is inside. When he's deep like that, he is ready to finish with authority.
And Kennard wide open. He shoots. His three-pointers off the mark.
Boy, this guy just can't buy a bucket, and yet they have the advantage.
The Nets making a switch here. Durant's checked in. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. And another turnover here by Brooklyn.
And this is like another case of Murphy's Law right now. And it's been their own doing, really, just like we saw there.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Kawhi Leonard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Then for the Nets, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Blake Griffin comes in for Jeff Green. And Kyrie Irving subbed in for Dinwiddie. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
Offensive rebound. The kick out to Irving from deep. Harden. That one doesn't go.
You've got to find a way to get yourself going in some other way because hoisting from three is not the answer.
Jackson, he's checked in for Rajon Rondo. Kennard for three. Ibaka, the pass to Leonard. Kennard for three. The rebound by the Nets. Griffin's got his fourth rebound in this one. The deep three from Harden. Shot's good. Griffin making the play. Harden's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Nets. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They have yet to put up any points here in the fourth.
And how about the payback there, guys? You do you, I do me.
Oh, you love to see the competitive fire. A little bit of pride at stake.
Here's Irving, kicks it out to Harden. Jordan against Ibaka. Passes it to Kennard. Launches it, and it's sent back by Irving.
Boy, Kyrie Irving becoming a better and better defender over time. Nice block right there. Boy, the defense was in perfect position, but it simply didn't matter. He's just too skilled, too good.
Outside Jackson. Pass to Leonard. And he converts the layup. Leonard's got 24 points.
When Kawhi Leonard is healthy, he can dominate both ends of the floor. Nice job to finish it there.
Nobody near Irving. Jordan. And there's Jordan putting it right back in.
Hard work and soft hands. Guys, that's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip-in. Kennard with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. Kennard's shot is off.
He needs to drive to the rim. The shot just not going.
Kicks it out to Harden. The three. Brooklyn now working with a new shot clock. Fires for three. That one doesn't drop.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way.
Kennard's shot is off.
and he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
Clippers leading by 10. For the three. Connects from three-point range. Kennard's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for Los Angeles.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the Clippers.
And they're fully in control now, but there were some tense moments, I thought, for them throughout this game.
Listen, they certainly weren't coasting, despite what the score looks like. I love the way they came together, though, when everything started to look a little dire and really put the hammer down.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Leonard.
What a relentless scoring night for this guy, in attack mode all evening.
Ibaka right side. Clippers moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Leonard missing.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And a deep three from Harden. It's in! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
And it is easy to get spoiled watching Harden. He's had so many games like this in his career, but you...
Welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And a look behind the curtain here. Final preparation.
Kevin, thanks.
He stays working and stays true. David, thank you. So the Nets starting five. Round out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Durant. Then there's Harris. And it's Jordan in at the center, filling out the middle. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Norman Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Durant. No good from 18.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Wasted no time on that one. Not many teams have the personnel, Greg, to work the ball through the post, but that's what we're going to see plenty of tonight. These two teams can do it.
No doubt, Kevin. It can really add a dimension to your offense, and it creates different rotations defensively, especially when you've got someone down low that's going to demand a double team. And so I'm interested to see, in essence, some old school basketball in terms of how teams rotate out of that post.
I am too.
And not much of a surprise there. Kyrie, one of the better free throw shooters in the game, and so hard to guard without fouling.
Here's Nurkic. The shot, no good. The Nets go the other way with it. Irving with it. Lillard picks him up. And there's Jordan. That's good on the assist by Irving.
Kyrie doing a good job of just setting everybody up, making sure there's a great pace and tempo to each possession offensively.
Left side, Covington. And the dunk by Covington.
Leaping ability is off the charts. Not the biggest power forward, but outstanding at rising up off the ground.
On the way, Harris. Right side, Durant. And it's Portland with the rebound. McCollum passes to Lillard. Yep, it counts.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
And one thing that I don't think Dame Lillard gets enough recognition for, he's an absolutely fantastic leader for this team. The exact kind of captain you would want.
Dame Lillard doesn't do anything with regards to making excuses for some of the reasons why the team may come up short. All he's concerned with is how can we get better. That's the kind of leader you can get behind.
Here's Powell. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Powell kicks to McCollum. And there's the call on DeAndre Jordan. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Anthony's checked in for Robert Covington. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard. He gets it in there.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Now, here is Irving. Durant with a wide open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Portland leading. Here's Anthony. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kevin Durant.
How many thousands of times have we seen Melo in that position to pick up a shooting foul and to force the defense to foul him?
For the Trailblazers, Cantor comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Zach Collins subbed in for Norman Powell. And a new group in for the Nets. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Green comes in for Kevin Durant. James Harden, he's checked in for Bruce Brown. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. And a wide open look for McCollum. Buries the corner 3. McCollum's got 7 points.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Dinwiddie finds Harris. Back to Dinwiddie. To stop the run, he takes it up and lays it in.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Here's Simons. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Claxton.
Well, a lot of players in the league are going to make that shot, and for him, it's pretty much automatic. It's a good defensive effort to prevent the layup.
And the rejection by Collins.
Good job, Collins inside, quick off his feet.
The drive by Anthony. That one, no good. Some solid defense from Harris. Inside, Claxton, and there's a nice one-handed slam.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Portland again missing. And so it's Dinwiddie who brings up the ball for the Nets. They trail by 3. Anthony against Harris. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Melo being ultra aggressive now. You give him a lane to the basket, you're going to get results like that.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Dinwiddie drives in. And the shot is good. Dinwiddie's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Resourceful move there. That was not an easy one to convert.
No, showing off a little bit on that one. That's a play when your coach goes, no, no. Okay, good play. Get back on defense.
From deep, Harden hits the three-point bomb. And it's all knotted up.
It doesn't matter how a defense plays him. Harden is going to make sure that that three-point shot is a primary weapon.
It's all tied in Portland. After this break, we'll be back. Damian Lillard told us before the game, when asked how he's
Humble beginnings. You know, I'm from a tough place.
Well, some of the best stories in our league are about guys who struggled to get to where they are today.
And I really hope the young guys out there are listening to this. You don't have to be a five-star prospect to achieve your dreams.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keep... Oh!
Yeah. And this is why you keep your ticket stub, Blake Griffin, on the jam.
Lillard from deep three-point land. The rebound by Harden. And it's Norman Powell with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Nurkic checked in for Portland. His shot was hindered by that momentous mobile one block.
And you can see the mindset he has. When the game's this close, he's going to bring it at that end of the floor.
Lillard against Dinwiddie. Claxton the pass to Harden. And a miss there on the triple. Portland trailing here. Out to Anthony. And we played through the first minute here in the second. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Here's Dinwiddie. It's good. The assist that time from Harden. Harden's got 3 assists in the game. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
That is good. And the Nets' lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Anthony.
Carmelo really has great footwork down low, showing off the feel right there when he gets near the paint.
Passes it to Green. And the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. And a new group in for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. Kevin Durant comes in for Blake Griffin. Brown, he's checked in for Jeff Green. And Irving subbed in for James Harden. And again, no good by Brooklyn. Trailblazers have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. You know, Greg, you'd probably know as well as anyone, what was it like going up against the Bulls in the 90s?
You know, it's weird to say, but in a lot of ways, we were a lot like they were. Hall of Fame talent at the coach, a defensive-minded team, but the one difference was, you know, the Bulls had that guy that wore that number 23. I think I'd say that might have been the one difference.
Going to struggle for him tonight, but if they can make this lead hold up, he can just chalk this up as one of those nights.
The shot by Powell, no good. Brooklyn's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Irving kicks to Harden. Irving passes to Green. Misses the three. And for Portland, they're shooting just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. The shot by Powell, no good.
He's not the guy that you want to give a wide open look from three-point range. They're lucky that that one doesn't cost them.
And it's Norman Powell with the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Collins checked in for Portland. And Fernie Simons comes in for Lillard. And then for Brooklyn, DeAndre Jordan's checked in for Nicholas Claxton. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Jeff Green.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
The Nets with the lead. Here's Harden. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
As crafty as they come, Harden uses that tremendous body control to his advantage.
And his Cantor's checked in for Nurkic.
Well, a great player on a great role at the charity stripe. The D has got to be careful about being too aggressive on him and sending him back for freebies.
McCollum, and stolen by Jordan. And here we go. Griffin heading to the hoop. Harris outside. Griffin dishes to Harris. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Harris has got the lead up to 7 now for the Nets. McCollum from deep three-point land. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Harris with it. Now defended by McCollum. Harden kicks to Jordan. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. Drops in the tray. And now it's a 10-point Brooklyn lead.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
And stolen by Harris. And here we go. Brooklyn fast break. Harris has got the ball. Harris missing again. It's McCollum on the wing. He has 7.
Yeah, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed? He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And Harden wide open. He shoots. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And Harden is a nightmare in the pick and roll. Just a clever combo guard who is completely unpredictable.
And stolen by Irving. Knocked loose. Down low. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
A three from McCollum. And so it's the Brooklyn Nets. Look. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings to Brooklyn. Found themselves in a close game in the first. And as great as James Harden has been, his game has attracted its share of critics. They say flops or travel. And that'll...
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. One of the stories here, James Harden getting it done today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Nurkic is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Powell in at the 3.
Well, powering through on the dribble drive, Lillard has the body control to take that hit and still score the basketball.
Irving passes to KD. Again, the Nets for 2.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Irving against Lillard. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play.
They're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
The Nets have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. Greg, is a point guard, what is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot. And, you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, is really paramount.
And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Yeah, how many times do we see highlights like this? DeAndre Jordan loves bringing the hammer.
Lillard way outside. The drive by Nurkic. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got 4 rebounds in this game. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's foul number 2 for him. So for the Nets, Green, he's checked in for Harris. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Kyrie Irving.
Just straight quickness. Lillard showing off the effortless blow-by.
Here now is Dinwiddie. 6 points for him. Brown dishes to Green. Yes, that goes in. Green's got his first points of the game.
Well, if you're giving up that much height, the only thing that you can do as a defender is to foul him.
Pass to Powell. Out to the right wing. And Lillard kicks to Covington. Lillard attacking. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Always an appreciation for Lillard and his build, just how rugged he is, along with that fearlessness.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Now the pass to Durant. Shoots over Covington. And that one hits back iron. Trailblazers trail by 13. Here's McCollum. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Brown. And now here's Durant, the fast break opportunity. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. KD's got 4 points in the quarter.
And this is one of Kevin Durant's favorite moves, getting the defense back on its heels, then stop and pop.
And your point guard's got to be the catalyst. Great job getting to the 10.
Well, Greg, he knows when they need a lift.
Did you see how much air he had under him? Wow.
The kick out to Brown. Tipped away. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. So for the Trailblazers, Anthony's checked in for Norman Powell. And it's Simons in for C.J. McCollum. The Nets also changing it up. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Jordan. Blake Griffin comes in for Kevin Durant. And it's James Harden in for Brown. Lillard misses.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
A good look from Harden. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet. 10 points for James Harden.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
That's tipped. From deep. Clock at 6. The Nets working the ball around now. They kick it out to Green from outside the arc. Let's keep it alive. Pass to Harden. From deep 3-point range. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Well, his shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Okay, nice job here in the second half. Field goal percentage is way up from what it was at halftime when it was just barely above 30%.
Passes to Claxton. Pushing it up. Lobs it up for Anthony. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Melo has to be in position for plays like that. That time, perfect position.
Harden surveying the D, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Up in time. And the buzzer beater's good.
Resourceful move there, ending the period.
And so it's Brooklyn. Up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. We've got more in store for you right after this. And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. On the court for the Nets, getting the fourth quarter going. Joe Harris is out there with Durant. Then there's Irving. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Dinwiddie in at the 2. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Yeah, not something you want to do. You let Lillard drive all the way to the rack, and he will throw it down.
Irving with it. And that'll be and now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands. Oh,
man. Another reminder that Damian Lillard can be explosive, and we love it.
Here's Irving. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Griffin attacking. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
And Griffin playing with heart. Like how he slams that one home right now, dominating in the paint.
Lillard. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known.
Too much at that. Lillard just plays with great confidence, really feeling it here and looking to find any scoring opportunity in this one.
At the elbow, Griffin. Back to Irving. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Nets lead by 14.
I know Kyrie is not the biggest guy on the floor, but he is built to take that kind of contact.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Brown is checked in for Dinwiddie. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Gives the team such a great element having a one guard who can get to the 10.
Certainly something every team wants to have.
Like to see that assertiveness, especially from the guy who's going to orchestrate your offense.
Irving against Lillard. Irving drives in. Brown outside. Fires from the line. Again, the Nets for 2.
Kyrie understanding the shot clock there, does not get rattled and knocks one down.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Brooklyn with the rebound. Claxton's got 8 rebounds in this game. And now we've got the intentional foul. And the Trailblazers making a change here. Covington's checked in. Kevin Durant, he's checked in for the Nets. James Harden comes in for Irving. Lillard against Harden. Brown outside. This one for three. And Harden gets it to go in on the assist by Brown.
They're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, looking for a miracle worker out there is the opposing coaching staff. I don't know that they have one. This game seems to be well in hand.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Harden outside. From downtown. It doesn't go for him. So the Trailblazers will take it the other way. Here's Lillard, and Lillard throws it down.
Well, really good ball movement on the entire possession, and then CJ getting slick.
Harden against Lillard. Pass to Griffin. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got his sixth rebound on the night.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for Brooklyn.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for James Harden.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of him out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
Three-pointer, Lillard, and the Trailblazers, another three.
Now, defensively, you like to try and run Lillard off of that spot because, man, he gets it going out there, he's going to hurt you.
Lillard against Harden. Outside, KD. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Now Harden. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. A solid. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us.